All right, the verdict seemed to be in proper order. This is in the District Court of Oklahoma County, State of Oklahoma, the State of Oklahoma versus Daniel K. Holtzclaw, case number CF 2014-5869. Verdict, count 1, sexual battery. We, the jury, impaneled and sworn in the above entitled cause, do upon our oaths find as follows. Defendant is guilty of the crime.
A strapping, stoic Goliath of a man, the former police officer, now reduced to the uncontrollable sobs of a fragile child, sentenced to 263 years in prison, a sentence that shook the entire nation. Daniel Holtzclaw became a symbol of racism, misogyny, and abuse of power in 2016 when he was convicted of sexually abusing 8 at-risk black women while on duty as a police officer in Oklahoma City.
We believe you!
Publicly disowned by the police and condemned by Black Lives Matter, these historically competing interest groups discovered a single adversary in Holtzclaw and demanded that the government use its full crushing might against him. Holtzclaw was subsequently sentenced to 263 years in prison.
We're celebrating their courage to come and tell the story for so many other women who never came forward after they suffered as victims of rape.
A woman who was 57 at the time made a report to the police in June of 2014, alleging that a police officer had sexually abused her. It was the beginning of a lengthy inquiry that ultimately unearthed horrible acts perpetrated while on and off duty by a former police officer named Daniel Holtzclaw. Daniel took advantage of his position to prey on vulnerable women who lived in a low-income neighborhood in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This behavior is detailed in the 2120 report that aired on ABC News and was titled, "What the Dash Cam Never Saw." The question now is, shall we find out what happened here? Daniel Ken Holtzclaw was born on the island of Guam in the year 1986 to a white father and a Japanese mother. His full name is Daniel Ken Holtzclaw. After participating in football throughout his time in high school and college, he joined the Oklahoma City Police Department in the year 2011. He worked the swing shift and was responsible for patrolling the northeastern part of the city. Janie Legons, a grandma who was driving in the neighborhood at 2 a.m. on June 18, 2014, went to the police the following day with a story that was pretty unnerving and told them about her encounter. That evening, according to Janie, a police officer who Janie later learned was named Daniel, pulled her over and told her that she was swerving her vehicle. After she said that she didn't believe him, he asked her to get out of the car. He placed a flashlight on her chest and instructed her to bring her pants to knees.
Zipped his pants, took his gentle out, and said, "Okay, come on." And I said, "Oh, sir, please don't make me do this, sir. Don't make me do this."
After completing the task, he retracted Janie's previous statements almost instantly. He then got a flashlight out of his pocket and flashed it on her private areas. Then Janie said to Daniel that he is not authorized to act in this manner. But he gave the order, "Get back inside my truck." So Janie carried out his instructions in full and found herself in a state of sheer terror. According to Janie, Daniel made her perform oral sex before letting her go free after they had been together.
Walk me through the stop.
Made the traffic stop, made contact, gave her license, insurance, normal protocol. She gave me her identification card, and then at the time I said, "You have a valid driver's license?" She said no. So I was like, okay, it's time to step out of the vehicle.
Did she have insurance?
She didn't get insurance. I just saw the ID and I was like, yeah, valid insurance, need a valid license. So I brought her back to the house, the car, and then that's when I...
Okay, what side of your car?
The back right.
The passenger side?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
So as I was walking her down, I was like, you have any weapons or whatever? I always ask people when I step out of the car, whatnot. At that time, I powdered her down, whatnot. Asked her to lift up her shirt. No weapons as I could see or anything like that. Put her in the back of my car. Asked her what the deal is. She's going to Ann Arbor on the northwest side to visit her daughter, I believe. And then I'm like, okay, why were you swerving? Why are you late at 2 o'clock at night driving and whatnot. What's the deal? She's like, I'm just going to my daughter's house. Okay, so why are you swerving? She's just like, I got nervous or something or whatever the deal is. So I ask her, okay, and I go, is there anything inside the car I need to know about? And then she says there's some juice in there. I was like, is there any alcohol in the juice? She says no. So I was like, anything else inside the car? She's like, oh, you might just find some pills and whatnot. So I proceeded to ask, can I have consent to search the car? She said yes. Go to the car, I did a quick search, nothing out of, didn't look up any carpets or anything like that. Did a quick search, looked under the seat, looked through her purse, saw the pills, smelled the juice. I didn't smell any alcohol in the juice. When I looked at the pills, I kind of quick glanced to make sure it was her name, whatnot. Okay, we're good. Went back over there, okay. What's the deal with this, blah, 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 whatnot. And she's like, I'm just trying to go see my daughter. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to go. I don't want to take you to jail. I'm tired. I want to go home. And then she's like, okay. So basically went from there, and I said, I'll follow you around. We got in her car. She took it forever, so I pulled out, did a U-turn in front of her. She followed me where I could see her in the rearview mirror. We went over, and I went northbound on Broadway Extension. She went 44 and west. And that was it.
When you bring her to the passenger side of the car, here's her car. I'm not a good artist either. And here's your car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you bring her over here.
The back right.
Okay.
Passenger side.
Is this where you're having your conversation the whole time?
The whole time when I step out of the car, I'll always talk to him when you had anything on you. So as we're walking here, I'm like, okay, is anything on you? Okay. Be careful. I just quick pat you down. Whatever. Just go ahead. Quick pat her down. No, I have weapons. I felt or anything like that. I looked over your shirt. About right there. Nothing. Okay. Keep walking. Still checking her out, making sure everything's good. And anything in your shoes? No. Try to take off her shoes. I'm like, are you good? So get inside the car, and that's when I proceeded to ask anything on board.
So she got inside the car.
She got inside the car.
Did you go get in the car and talk, or did you stand there with the door open and talk to her?
I think I did get inside the car for like a quick minute and just see what's the deal is, just talking to her and whatnot. And that's the time where I think I smelt the alcohol just a little bit on her. But nothing, I didn't stay in the car forever and whatnot. I just talked to her for a quick, brief minute.
And then you went up and searched?
Yeah, I got consent to search the car, asking anything's on board. She said, juice. I was like, any alcohol in the juice? No. Anything else I should know about before I go inside the car? I'm gonna find it. She said, pills. Okay, I was like, all right. I didn't ask her specifically where the pills were.
Right.
So I go inside the car, looked under the front left seat, quick search and looking through the carpets or anything I said. Smelled the juice, didn't smell any alcohol. Went through her purse. First I saw bottles of pills and whatnot, but just quick glance, okay, that's her name. Went back.
Now, when you went back, did you get in your car or did you go back over here?
I can't, I don't know if I went into my car or went back over there, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Did you, sometimes, like I said, we open the car door and we stand, car door's open, and I'll stand right here and talk to them because they're sitting right here.
Right. I've done that, yeah.
Did you do that with her?
Yeah, I did that, yes. Yes.
So you're having conversation while she's sitting in the car right there?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't remember if you got back in here?
I know, I believe I did get back in the car. That's when I smelled just a slight of alcohol on it.
That was pre-search?
I believe so. I believe so. I don't know.
And I'm trying to get this so we can match it up with the video.
Right.
After you search, you come back over here and talk to her?
Right.
Okay. Any cars passing by then?
Maybe a couple.
Could she have missed? Because if you're standing right here and you're a big guy,
right,
and she's sitting right here, if she goes like this, well, she's gonna be looking right at your penis.
Okay. But it was just talking.
Did you? Let me ask you this: did you ever get a hard on while you were talking to her? Because she could have.
I don't think
these
I got.
pants don't fit the greatest, right. And if you get a hard on, I'm going to be able to tell you get a hard on.
Right, and I'm pretty positive I didn't get a hard on.
Didn't get a hard on when you talked to her? Well,
positive.
Do you still just get boners because you get boners?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever got a boner on a call?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay.
Pretty sure I have.
But it's not something you would remember. No. I mean, I would remember if I got a hard on talking to somebody.
And as a guy, it happens.
That's not something, I know.
So.
Well, you're not 50 yet either, so. Happens because of your age. Could she have could you have got a hard on and she saw it and it
I don't think I got a hard on, but like I said, she was already nervous and crying and whatnot. I already told her, I'm like, hey, I want to go home. I'm done with my shift. Nothing to be worried about. If nothing's on board where I need to take you to jail, you're good. I'm not worried about no state driver's license.
Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't pull my penis out. I didn't do anything right there.
Did she?
No.
But do you think they could be?
No, it's not. No. Nothing of mine.
Your pubes couldn't be
No.
right there?
No.
Has your penis ever been out by your car?
While I'm working? No.
Not working?
No.
Have you ever had sex in the backseat of your
I
car?
have not.
Because, I mean, some people do. You know, I mean, I'm not saying forced sex, consensual sex.
Right.
So your penis has never been in your backseat?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible any of this DNA is yours?
No. It's not. I would like to go at it. Not my DNA.
Are those pubes going to be yours?
No. No.
Earlier, you got to understand, we kind of see different things, okay? You seem a little extra worried whenever you talked about seeing her. We talked about seeing her boobies.
Mm.
You sure she just didn't flash you?
I can't. She did not flash. I don't want to say I can't recall, but I'm pretty positive she didn't flash.
I see a pair of titties.
She went like this, but nothing as far as I'm going like crazy looking.
Lifting the shirt.
No.
How far did she lift it?
She lifted it up first when I patted her down. She was like right here to like stomach line.
Did you see her belly?
Maybe some fat rolls or something. I don't know, but nothing.
Right, but I mean, could you see skin?
Yeah, I saw skin. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she's older. Were her tits hanging down, and you saw the bottom of her tits?
I don't know. I don't know. It's dark. I don't know.
Why would she make? Because when a woman says something like this, and they go through a sane exam, and they get, you didn't give her a ticket, so she's not getting out of a ticket. You didn't arrest her, because we get those when they go to jail. I've been raped, and have to work those stupid things because they think they're going to get out of jail.
Right.
Why in the world would she make this up?
I don't know. She was cooperative. She was nervous, like I said earlier, crying. I told her I'm not worried about no state driver's license. I wasn't making.
She said she was crying.
Yeah, and I don't, at times as an officer, you might make a threat to be like, oh, I'm going to take you to jail, but let's try to get you some way to get in the car or something, if like a gang raid or something. But that wasn't the case. I wasn't threatening her. I wasn't.
Did she ever ask you if you were going to shoot her?
She did. She was talking about a pistol all the time and talking about guns and whatnot. And I'm like, calm down. I'm like, I'm not going to shoot you or anything like that.
Did she think you were going to shoot her?
Maybe. I'm like, what? And I even asked her, I think I asked her, what's the deal with you and cops? Do you have a bad run-in with a cop? That was it.
So you had to tell her,
that's like, calm down.
Anyway, those pubes are going to be yours?
No, they're not. Please. Go.
I know. We're going to test it. It just takes. Anyway, your skin cells are going to be anywhere on her mouth.
No.
Skin cells from your fingers.
No.
Did you touch her body anywhere other than with the back of your hand pat searching her?
Just pat searched her and that was about it. Didn't touch her face or anything.
I'm just trying to think of anything that she could have misconstrued. Or why. Why did she go to all this trouble?
I don't know.
Did you do anything that pissed her off?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think I did anything when I was talking to her. I wasn't rude. She was cooperative. I wasn't at a point where I'd be like, okay, you're going to jail or something or whatnot. I don't think I made any like threats to make, to get in the car, like I said, or anything like that.
Run down through on your search of her breasts again. Exactly how that went, because even that and her pants.
Was she standing or sitting
When
during that time?
patted when I got to the vehicle about right here. Said, "Can I search you?" And whatnot.
More by the front door.
The front right fender. And then I patted her down, boom, boom, boom. Lift up your shirt right here. Boom, no weapons.
So you said lift up her shirt. Your shirt.
Well,
What if she would have gone, whoa!
then I would have told a supervisor or something. I'd be like, "Get that off my back," you know. And it's not what I meant.
You searched her with her. Where was her? Was she facing you or facing away?
Facing away.
She's facing away.
Right.
And how are you seeing if anything's falling if she's facing away?
If it'd fall, I'd see right there.
You'd see right there, but don't you usually have them turn face towards you and do a shakeout?
Officer safety, I always have everyone face away from me. You can't see what you can't hit.
But you don't know if the weapon's there or anything?
As far as I'd quick pat search, lift up your shirt, no weapons on
You
board.
made a mention earlier about her pants. She did what with her pants?
As far as that, it was in the back seat. Nothing. She had tight pants, and that's about it.
But how did you have her do like a cursory movement around her belt line, anything like that, or any shake?
No.
Did you tell her how far to raise her shirt or to do the shake with the bra? Anything like that?
I think she did the shake with her bra by herself. I didn't say to do any of that. As far as the...
Did she pull it out and go like that?
Yes, but as far as... That's on her. As far as right here is when I told her to lift up the waistband.
But she was faced away from you the entire time that her chest was...
Right.
She was checking.
Right. Right.
So when she lifted up her shirt, her back was to you?
I think she was facing me, obviously, because I was going to look at the front end.
You said you might have saw her belly, like a fat roll.
Right.
So you would have been to the side or to the front?
If the time when she faced me is probably when I saw a fat roll or skin.
But it wasn't for the check?
No. No.
Did she try to pull her pants down?
No, I recall. Moved around the seat, and that's about it. Nothing else.
But when she was standing, did she try to pull her pants down?
No. No.
Did she do... You said she kind of did like
She did
this.
this.
Did she ever do anything down here?
No. Because at that time, when she asked me, "Do you want me to show you?" I was like, "No. No, I'm good."
She did ask if...
Yeah.
What'd she say?
I said, "No, I'm good."
When was that? Where was everybody then?
I think that was in the car.
Okay, I don't think you said that last time.
I think I did.
Maybe you did, and maybe I just missed it. So she was in the car and said, "Do you want me to show you?"
Once she did the shake thing, and she's like, "You want me to show you?" I was like, "No."
Show you what?
Just as, I guess she's trying to mean as far as just to boom or something, if anything's in her bra or anything like that.
But that was after you already had her lift up her shirt a
Right,
little
because
bit.
that was at the front right fender.
Okay. And like I said, I may have missed that or got confused, or we've talked about a lot. So she asked you when she's sitting in your car, "Do you want me to show you?"
Right.
And you said
Said
no.
no.
Did she attempt it?
No. And that was after the...
After she was kind of doing like this?
Yeah.
A thing that kind of concerns me is everything you're telling me is dead on to what she says. Everything. Except the sexual stuff.
The authorities were under the impression that Jani's report was extremely like to a previous one they had received a few weeks earlier. Multiple women who shared experiences of having been sexually assaulted came forward as the investigation into the case progressed. Daniel chose as his victims people who had a history of substance misuse as well as a criminal past. He may have believed that these women would not come forward. In the interim between December 2013 and when Jani came out, a number of other women leveled allegations of rape, sexual assault, and indecent behavior against him. The women who came forward explained that Daniel would pick them up or make sexual favor requests at their homes. After that, the authorities looked at the GPS logs that were stored in Daniel's police car, which seemed to back up the claims made by many women. In the months leading up to his dismissal in January 2015, he was placed on administrative leave while continuing to receive salary. After a drawn-out and grueling court proceeding, 13 women ultimately accused Daniel of sexually assaulting them. Daniel Holtzclaw's trial. A number of survivors gave their testimony against Daniel Holtzclaw during the preliminary hearing that took place in November of 2014. A number of felony charges were brought against him, and he was on trial for them. Victim S.H., a convicted felon and one of the survivors, alleged that she and another person were smoking PCP in a truck when Daniel and another cop approached them in December of 2013. At that time, the substance got onto her skin, which led to her having to go to the hospital. Victim S.H. asserts that Daniel was the hospital officer who viewed her when she was restrained to a hospital bed and says that he did so while Daniel was present.
Comes to the bed and he takes off his belt and he places it on the seat on my left side. And I'm just sitting there, and after when he do that, I just look and it's there. His private is out.
S.H. later claimed that Daniel had communicated with her over Facebook, providing her with his phone number, and had visited her residence in January 2014, requesting that they have sex in his vehicle. S.H. continued by saying that Daniel had assured her that he would help her with her drug case.
Did you think it was weird that he Facebook friended one of the women?
Yeah, I didn't understand that at first. When I asked him, why would you do that? And he said he was just trying to help her, and I was just trying to be a good guy and make sure she was okay.
CR, a second survivor, reported that on March 14, 2014, Daniel stopped her as she was walking and forced her to reveal her breasts. CR is just another person who has come forward to talk about what happened.
So it's got to the point to where I raised up my shirt. Okay, can I go now?
TB, another survivor, reported that Daniel forced her to expose her breasts on many occasions in March 2014 and afterwards threatened her with future sexual assault and arrest for any outstanding warrants. TB stated that Daniel also forced her to show her buttocks. AG, who was 17 years old at the time of the alleged attack, indicated that Daniel had once offered to drive her home.
Okay. So I don't really want to do this. And he was like, well...
You said that? You told him you didn't want to do it?
He said, well, this is what you're going to have to do. I don't want to have to take you to jail. I don't want to have to make it harder for you than it has.
The uniform worn by Daniel included biological evidence that matched the DNA of AG on the inside of the fly. In May of 2014, victim SB testified that Daniel had questioned her whether she was carrying drugs before offering to drive her home. Another woman, identified only as SE, provided a description of offenses committed by Daniel during the same month.
He told me to a school, and let's out of the school in the back. And he opened the door, he told me to get out and pull my pants down.
Nearly all of the women interviewed claimed that they were afraid to report sexual assault to the authorities because they believed that no one would believe them.
Come forward because they didn't think we'd believe them. They all said, well, who am I going to call? The police? On the police?
The prosecution suggests that this was the motivation behind Daniel's attack on them. Where is Daniel Holtzclaw now? Daniel never once wavered in his assertion that he was innocent while the case was being heard. His attorneys alleged that the accusers had a history of criminal activity and that they may have lied in order to obtain the favor of the prosecution. In December of 2015, a jury convicted the former cop guilty of various crimes and handed down its verdict.
For CF 2014-5869, verdict, count 1, sexual battery. We, the jury, impaneled and sworn in the above entitled cause, do upon our oaths find as follows. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and set punishment at 8 years.
Daniel, who was 29 at the time, was found guilty of 4 counts of first-degree rape, 1 count of second-degree rape, 6 counts of sexual battery, 4 counts of forcible sodomy, and 3 counts of procuring lewd acts. All of these charges carried a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The jury reached a verdict of guilty on 18 of the 36 charges against Daniel, which involved 8 of the 13 accusers. In January of 2016, he was given a prison term that would add up to a total of 263 years. Daniel declared in an interview that will not allow himself to experience guilt over something that he did not commit. He said that there is not a single one of these offenses that he committed. He refrained from participating in any kind of sexual behavior, and he said that he did not make any sexual advances toward any of these women. During the time that Daniel is behind bars, he is being kept in a concealed location and given a new identity for his own protection. The authorities have declined to divulge the location of his detention cell. Contrary view of the event. A woman who was raped by convicted rapist and former Oklahoma City police officer Daniel Holtzclaw claimed in a deposition video that she was assaulted by a black man. This footage has never been seen before.
Let me ask you this. Tell me your description of him.
He's black.
He's black male.
Muscular.
How tall, could you tell? You're pretty tall. How tall are you? How tall are you?
5'11".
Is he taller than you or shorter than you?
Like right here, maybe, like that.
So you think he's shorter than you?
Yeah.
According to Holtzclaw's supporters, this statement should expose the entire Oklahoma City Police Department investigation. They said the testimony of Sherry Ellis Smith exposes how OCPD railroaded Daniel by soliciting sexual assault allegations and pinning them on him.
Let me tell
Today,
you this.
I wish to obtain a DNA sample from you.
The investigator stated.
And
the reason I want to get the DNA sample is because I know what officer did this to you.
The people who support Holtzclaw point out that he is a Japanese-American man who is 6 feet and 1 inch tall. He is 35 years old. They stated that detectives actively sought out and recruited at-risk black women in order to obtain false complaints from them. In addition to this, they assert that Ellis Smith was never presented with a photo lineup. She stated in the 2019 never-before-seen deposition video that she had never seen Holtzclaw before the trial.
And how else would you physically describe the officer, other than by height?
I had said that he was black. He was dark complected, I think black.
The full text of Oklahoma County District Attorney David Prater's response is, those issues were raised and were rejected by the jury after hearing sworn testimony and viewing exhibits during trial. We try our cases in a courtroom and before appellate courts, not in the media. David Prater, Oklahoma County District Attorney. Regarding this issue, news reporters have also been in touch with the police in Oklahoma City. They did not offer any commentary. During this time, approximately 2 weeks passed between the release of the previous video and the release of this one. It involves a separate accuser of Holtzclaw, who later testified that he never touched her. Holtzclaw has denied all of the allegations made against him.